Hello there. Hey everybody. So I had a funny coincidence happen this last week as I was going through some things, and well, I'll just tell you right up. I'm trying to catch up on promises that I've made for the last year and a half. And one of the first ones that popped up that I knew I could take care of right away was getting instructions out for this guy, the I-Wing. So you guys are welcome to go ahead and head over there and pick up the instructions over on Rebrickable. The link will be down in the description below. And the instructions are free. So you're welcome, Galaxy. The I-Wing is yours to command. Hopefully some of you like it, and hopefully it gets built by a few of you. I think it's a pretty fun ship. But then again, I did build it and design it. So anyway, after I built this ship and got it ready for the instructions and everything, I decided to look up the old video of this ship and when it came out. And it turns out I released this ship the week after I went to Disneyland. So we started the Palpatine shuttle contest, and the next week I had this ready to go and put out just the introduction video of it. If you want to check that out, maybe I'll have a link for that as well. But you can also just look it up under TJ's I-Wing. So I thought it was kind of funny that I got back from Disneyland, and the week after I showed you the I-Wing, and then this week I actually finished it. It was kind of fun. So again, this is going to be a little bit of an update video. I apologize for everybody who's not that interested, but I've got some pretty cool stuff to show you. So if you want to stick around, I picked up some things at Disneyland that I'm going to be showing you guys and kind of showing off how that works. In addition, I did work on the instructions for the I-Wing. I literally started them, finished the digital build, and put out the PDF on Rebrickable this week. So I've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes, and I'm going to be catching up with everything that I've fallen behind on. So I apologize to everybody who's been waiting, including the winner for Moc 2. I have not even gotten the prize out for yet, and that's this next week. I apologize, and for all the entrants in Moc 2 as well. The reason I haven't put out the grand prize, like the discounts and things like that just yet, are because I'm also working on the miniature instructions for Moc 2. So hopefully that all comes together this next week, and I'll have that ready for you. And you should be seeing those emails, everybody who participated in the Moc 2 contest. I picked up a total of 4 lightsabers while I was in Galaxy's Edge. And first off, I'll start with my Savi's Workshop lightsabers, my new ones. So I got Power and Control, and this is the version that I went with, the double emitter top. Then this, honestly, I think this is actually a pretty cool lightsaber. And what's also interesting to me is that it's a dark gunmetal gray instead of the shinier or lighter light bluish gray, as we Lego fans would call. This is more of a flat silver in Lego color, if you know what that means. But this one was actually built by one of my sons. And my other son actually built this one from the Peace and Justice, which is like the old Republic. And this one's kind of cool. It looks like it was hand painted, but you can kind of see the brush marks on it. Not as impressed with this particular theme, this particular version. I don't have any crystals in them right this second, but it still looks pretty good. What's interesting is that for both of these, they had multiple copies of the same parts on the trays. And my brother-in-law was also in there with us, Scott, who came to Disneyland last time, and he said he also had a duplicate part, but when he asked them about it, they're like, no, those are the parts. He says, no, there's supposed to be another one, and luckily someone else had picked the same one he did. And he said, I don't have that part. They said, oh, just a second, and then they went and got it for him. So if you guys, when they give you your tray, if you see one of them that's missing, ask them about it, because they'll probably be able to find it and bring it out for you. They're probably not out. They have to fill those things so fast, they probably just mistake which one it is. So at least I hope it's not anything malicious, right? Well, the other 2 lightsabers I got are a little bit different because they are not, they're not Savi's Workshop lightsabers. They're legacy lightsabers. And the first one I will show you is this one. Count Dooku, Darth Tyrannus. And I love this lightsaber. I have to say, when I went to Disneyland last time, I was eyeing it. I held it in my hand, and it felt so good. I really wanted to get it, but we were limited on space because we were traveling by air. But this time we drove, so I could buy as much stuff as I wanted. And I did. I bought a lot of things, but I've been saving up for this for a couple of years. So this was awesome. And in addition to wanting this lightsaber, I have some ulterior motives as well. And I'm going to actually start to design Lego versions of these that hopefully will be a little bit more sturdy or maybe a little bit more accurate than some of the ones that are out there. If I find somebody else who has a good one, I'll go ahead and shout them out and say, hey, go to this person. They have a really good option. But as long as none of you steal this idea, I'll tell you, I want to build versions of Savi's lightsabers that are also customizable. So I have all the different parts in Lego form. So that's something I'm going to be working on. Not promising anything is going to be fulfilled in that, but that's my goal, is I want to try to figure out how to build these things in Lego. And then the last one. The last lightsaber I bought is another Legacy lightsaber, and it's the very first one I ever wanted when they announced it. It went out of print before I got to go to Disney earlier this year. And then when I went back, I heard a rumor that they had released it in the long boxes that come with like the blade, a display stand, and a clip for your belt and everything. And I sat there thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? If they have it when I'm there, I think I'm going to get it. And they had it there. This is literally the first lightsaber I ever wanted from Galaxy's Edge. Mace Windu. Now, the reason I wanted this Mace Windu lightsaber is a little convoluted and a little bit silly. But while I was on my mission for my church down in Arizona, there was a guy who was a huge collector of Star Wars, super fan. And he spent hundreds of dollars on a movie replica of Mace Windu's lightsaber. And when I saw it sitting in his little display case, I actually have a picture of me with some lightsabers playing with some fake little plastic ones with some kids. And up on the mantle, you can see the Mace Windu replica lightsaber. And when they announced that they were doing the legacies, I'm like, you know what? The one that I saw in person that was the most beautiful was Mace Windu. And I gotta say, it is absolutely gorgeous. This is so detailed. The rubber on the back, look at that. It's all textured. There's even a little rubber piece down there that's textured as well. You've got all the ribs along the handle that feel so good in your hand. And even then, like, you can also grab it from the top when it has the blade in it, and it feels really good there too. The button is the middle. Well, it looks like there's 4 buttons on it. It's the middle one, and it just goes up and down. But it's got all these gold bands and everything, and the tapered bottom end of it, which is different than a lot of the different lightsabers. And oh my goodness, it's I'm very happy with it. It even had a little scratch on here where some of the plating, the gold plating, had come off. And as I sat there looking at it, I'm like, man, I should return it and get a different one. But I thought, you know what? I'm not just displaying this. I'm going to be using it. I'll let somebody else have the nice display one. I'll go ahead and hang on to the one that's a little chipped. I don't think that's a problem. Eventually, more of this is going to get chipped. If you've ever seen the ones that they have, the Legacy lightsabers at Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities, you'll notice that the samples they have are rubbed down to the core metal pieces. So the Dooku lightsaber, when I opened it, I was actually shocked at how beautiful it was and how silver it is, because the one at Savi's, or not at Savi, at Doc Ondar's, like, the button is completely worn down to the base. It might just be like a plated plastic, if I'm honest, but it was worn down all the way to the plastic. So many other parts of it were just worn out from just being touched thousands and thousands of times. So when I opened it up and saw how shiny it was, there's actually a little gold piece on the back there that was not gold at all. There's some other colored yellow pieces on either side there, and those were also worn out and worn down. Honestly, this one's going to end up that way as well, for sure. But for now, it's very beautiful, very shiny. So that was those are the lightsabers that I got. I actually got more. So if you guys thought that we were done, I got some more stuff, and a lot of it has to do with future builds. So if you want to stick around and get some previews of what I'm going to be doing, that'll be awesome. Holocrons. I forgot the name for just a second. That's why the dead air. But the Holocrons are quite beautiful. They look pretty darn good. They light up, and when you put the different crystals inside them, they have the different voices of characters. And not only that, but different... they actually make multiple versions of each color crystal. So, for instance, the red crystals, you can have Darth Maul or Count Dooku. So it depends on which one you get. Unfortunately, I ended up with pretty much the same stuff on each one of them. And I just kind of gave away one of the other things that I got. But not to be outdone, I also got the Jedi Holocron as well. It does the same thing except with light side crystals. You can actually put these together and they do something pretty cool. But I'll just let you guys see that in person. It's a pretty fun thing in person, especially if you're a fan of Star Wars Rebels. All right. Now there's two other things that I bought. Number one was this wicked cool Dejaric board game. And what I was hoping to do is possibly build some Lego models of these guys. We'll see if I can do it. I'm not that good at creatures and stuff. But if I could build a Lego Dejaric table, I think that'd be really fun to do. It'd be a good project for later on after I catch up with everything else, including the UCS AT-AT. I've not forgotten. I want to try to finish it by the end of the year. And of course, the last thing I did, as you know, as many of you know, I built the Infinity Saber, the Nano Saber. Actually, I have to call it the Nano Saber now, because I had all the crystals already. We went and got 2 more Savi's Workshop lightsabers, which come with crystals. And my one son picked a green crystal, and my other son picked a red crystal. Well, now I have 2 green and 2 red. So what do? I buy an entire other set of Kyber crystals at Galaxy's Edge. So I have the other ones as well. So now why would I want to do that? Well, I have this really nice holder, right, to hold all my Kyber crystals. Well, now I need another one. And maybe this one will be a little more gold. So again, if you're looking for what I'm going to be doing, we've got those I-Wing instructions on Rubricable. We've got a lot of catch-up I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks, including setting up some live streams to finish the UCS AT-AT. It's been sitting over here on my desk, and I have not been able to do any other puzzle builds because I've still got that thing waiting for me. So rest assured, it is at the top of my list of finishing, as well as getting out all of the rewards for everyone who participated in the last couple of contests. I may still be behind on a couple of the ones from the Palpatine shuttle. If that's the case, I apologize. And then once we've got that stuff done, sometime in the next couple of months, we're going to be starting our next contest. But I need to know from you guys how long you want that contest to be. Should it be another 6-month contest, or should it be a shorter one? It seems like the shorter ones keep people building a little bit better. We only had about 12 people, 13 maybe, in the Palpatine shuttle contest. And then we had over 30 in the Minot 2 contest. So I'm kind of starting to wonder if there's a trend there. But we're going to do that. We got to get the instructions for Minot 2. There's a whole bunch of stuff we got to catch up on. So I'm going to spend some time doing that. But don't be too concerned that I'm not building anything new, because anytime I'm not building or working on catch-up stuff, I'm building new stuff. So, and of course, Andor came out, which was awesome. I would love to talk about it here, but I think I've already gone way over my time. So we'll have to talk about that another time, because I really, really like it. We'll see how the rest of the episodes go. But I am very excited for what Andor brought to the table, especially the amount of new ships. Episode 3, guys. Episode 3, that ship at the end. Oh my goodness. Like I was jonesing for that. That'd better be an official set that I can modify and actually make work the way that we see it work in the show. Because you know it's not going to. But all right. Well, thank you so much. I know I got a little bit rambly. I've had a lot of fun. I've been working really hard, and I hope you guys can appreciate that. I've got a lot on my plate right now, but this is where I have fun. I love being in the Lego room. I love playing with my kids in the Lego room. And until we see you next time, play well. Bye. And may the force be with you always.